and speak now to Matthew Bryza, who is the former US Assistant Secretary of State for Eurasia. He joins us now live from Istanbul. Great to have you on the programme, Matthew. So much happening right now in Syria, and it's been 1 week since opposition forces launched their largest offensive against the Syrian regime in years. As we were speaking there with Bryza, they've taken Aleppo, now they've captured Hama. What's your take on these very fast-moving developments?
Yeah, thanks, Maria, for the chance to be with you. It's phenomenal, completely unexpected. I think that the world doesn't understand that also Turkey had no idea this was about to happen. People all around the transatlantic space are thinking maybe Turkey was behind the HTS offensive, but clearly it wasn't, because Turkey wants stability in northern Syria more than anything else, so the refugees can return. So, I mean, the latest is, Hama is just 45 kilometers or so from Homs, right? Which is, I guess the third largest city in Syria. The rebels seized the Russian-Syrian airbase outside of Hama today. And so it's accelerating, it's escalating. And, if these rebels make it to Homs, well, then, Damascus is within sight. And I think at that point, the political dynamic could radicalize. And there are questions about whether or not Assad's authority would possibly melt away. But I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but that could be the next step.
And do you think, Matthew, that Bashar al-Assad and the Syrian regime could survive? And what allies does he have right now?
Certainly they could survive. I mean, his main allies, as we all know, are Russia, Iran, and Hezbollah. But Russia is distracted in a war is definitely not winning against Ukraine. Iran has been hit repeatedly by Israel in Syria, and Hezbollah, I think its signing of the ceasefire with Israel, or Lebanon signing of the ceasefire, was a signal to HTS that Hezbollah was also not going to be able to support the Assad regime in a decisive way. So everything sort of aligned, and it was a perfect storm. And HTS launched the assault. So I think it's sort of Homs is a last stand in a political military way for Assad. But which way things break is impossible to predict. We have seen that this advance by HTS has been so rapid because much of the military forces of the Assad regime kind of melted away and didn't want to sacrifice their lives for their national leader. So it's such a dynamic situation, changing so quickly. But again, I think if the rebels make it to from Hama to Homs, oh my gosh, it's a completely new situation.
Absolutely. And then under Homs is Damascus. Matthew, just a point on the Hezbollah chief. He said that the group will be by Syria's side amid the offensive. What do you read into that?
I think that's putting a brave face on things. I mean, Hezbollah, it's been decimated, right? Its leaders are dead. Israel has degraded it so dramatically. I mean, so after October 7th last year, the conventional wisdom was that, okay, Hamas is powerful, but nowhere near as powerful as Hezbollah, which had tens of thousands, if not 100,000 rockets poised to hit Israel. That's no longer the case. So if the Hezbollah leader, the new leader, is making these claims, again, it strikes me as putting a brave face on a really, really negative situation for Hezbollah and for Assad himself.
Matthew, fantastic to get your perspective, analysis, and thank you so much for your time. Matthew Bryza, really appreciate it.
Thanks, Maria. Great.